fucking, I asked for rain, and rain is what I got. One of the aspects of car camping that people say suck is when the weather sucks. So yesterday it started raining, and it rained all day. I think it stopped about 3/4 of the way through the day, but then it started back up later, and the forecast says rain at night, rain throughout the day today, and into the night and into the morning tomorrow. So, which is good. This place needs it. But when you're doing outdoorsy shit, it's not as good. So yesterday I did laundry. I took the worst fucking shower I've ever taken because you had to put quarters in, and I was in the middle of washing my hair, so I couldn't fucking see. I know I don't have hair, but I wash the beard, but I wash everything with shampoo. Anyways, fucking, I'm sitting there washing it, and the fucking shit cuts off in the middle of it. So I'm blind, and I'm trying to put fucking quarters in this fucking thing so it keeps giving me water, and you can control the temperature directly. It was warm enough, though. And it's literally, it was not a pleasant shower, but it was cheaper than a truck stop shower, and it's literally in the laundromat in West Yellowstone. So if you ever need to wash your balls and you're near West Yellowstone, well, $6 and you're clean, but do it quick. Wash your hair first. I've learned that lesson. And then I went to chill in the library and released my video and did a premiere and all of that. And now today I don't have any chores. I don't have anything to get done editing wise because I haven't filmed anything other than what I'm filming right now. And it's fucking raining. So I'm just gonna go sit and do my morning routine, get my coffee, and sit in the fucking library and wait it out, and then come back here tonight, camp, and then hopefully tomorrow get some fucking sightseeing and some hiking done. I can hike in the rain. I'm not a pussy, but it's not necessarily something that I sign up for, especially since I want to film it, and filming shit in the rain isn't necessarily the easiest or the funnest thing to do. So I've got the time. I don't think I'm going to make the Grand Canyon on this trip. So I'll probably go down to Utah, spend some time there, and then I'll start heading back east after that. And I'm going to stop at the Grand Tetons, of course, because you might as well. I mean, I'm here. It's just south of here, I believe. So you can even see them from certain points in Yellowstone. All right. Oh, and it's cold. It's fucking 40 degrees out right now. So there's that. And I'm not dressed appropriately for the weather yet. But I did bring some shit in case, I've got some cold weather gear for the mountains. Because I knew I was going to go on the mountains. And I might need it. So don't worry. I'll get to hiking. I want to do a backpacking trail, too, at some point. I'm thinking the Grand Tetons might be the place to make that happen. Just Yellowstone is too much of a dangerous environment. Not necessarily just from the animals, but from the the whole earthquake, Widowmaker, fucking, the ground could collapse underneath you standpoint. It's not necessarily a good place I want to sleep. It's beautiful to look at and walk around in. Don't think I want to camp there, in a tent, in the woods, with the bears. It's just, not that there aren't bears in Grand Tetons, but at least that's one of the few ways that I could die that goes away is the whole volcano thing. Unless it erupts, and then I won't even know it happened. And shit. All right. Off to West Yellowstone and the library and another day of non-productive fucking activity. So it's my first shitty day, I'd say. I mean, it's not going to be a shitty day, but I'd rather be exploring and hiking than staring at a computer screen in the library, you know. Oh well. But it's something that can happen when you come out here, so just wanted to do a video and let you know that that's part of the deal. When you're sleeping in a vehicle and the weather isn't cooperating and you're trying to do outdoorsy shit, find some indoorsy shit. And unfortunately, where I'm at, the only indoorsy shit is West Yellowstone. But they got a coffee shop that's pretty cool, and you know, some decent restaurants. I'm not keto at all. I'm definitely gonna, you know, have to get back on the horse when I get back. You know, I'll probably kick it off with a wilderness fast like I did before to burn off some of the fat that I gotta be accumulating. I don't know. I'll find out when I weigh in after this trip, but I haven't done my fasting properly. I haven't done anything properly. I'm a piece of shit. I'm sorry I let you down. But it's not the first time, and it won't be the last time. And, you know, I'm just a realistic motherfucker, but I will be getting back on the horse. And I still am mostly keto when I can be. So, by mostly keto, I eat lots of meat and fat. Well, I can confirm the drought is over. Nothing to worry about. The whole world isn't on fire. You can believe me because I'm on the internet. Day fucking 3 of rain. I've been just hiding in the library. You know, did laundry, did the shower. You know, I've camped at the camp each night with the exception of last night just because I was feeling adventurous, and if I was going to be sitting in the car I might as well have good internet, so I parked pretty much here on the street in town. No one fucked with me. I found a out of the way place. Like, I'm not in front of anything. This is like a vacant property with a bunch of parking spots. There's also some other spots that I'm gonna alternate with as I stay here. But, you know, no problems. I sat in the back on my computer most of the night and chilled. You know, just waiting for the fucking rain. It's supposed to let up. It says 9 a.m. it's gonna let up. So, there's that. But yeah, it sucks when you're doing this outdoor stuff and the weather just doesn't want to cooperate. So it's supposed to break, so I think I'm going to head into the park and do my best to set myself up so that for the 3 or 4 hours it's supposed to break, that I can get something done in the park, you know. Because I've about exhausted my patience of sitting in this town. But it's not going to be much in the way of views. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to film because of the fucking rain. I mean, I could bring the umbrella and go through all of that shit. But who knows? Maybe it's interesting in the rain. Maybe I'll see better shit. Maybe there'll be less people. So there's that. It's also in the 40s, temperature-wise, which is interesting. I had not anticipated that. So, I think I'm going to take my chances, even though the weather right now is not looking good. I mean, I'm surrounded by fucking rain clouds right now. I don't know. Maybe I should wait a couple more hours. You know, it's supposed to stop at 9 o'clock. I think I'm going to finish my second coffee and head into the park and take my chances. Yeah, I gotta get something. I'm getting all fat sitting here in town instead of out hiking. So, I'll knock out one hike today in the rain-ish. Assuming the rain stops. Yeah, stealth camping, no problem in West Yellowstone. Nobody fuck with stealth camping. You know, setting up like a large vehicle with solar panels and a bunch of shit strapped to the outside of it. Probably a little too obvious. But a little car sitting here with blacked out tinted windows and running, granted, but nobody parked near me all night. So this was a decent area to hang out, you know. But you don't want to park in the same spot every night because then somebody will notice and probably get mad at you and send police to knock on your window and tell you to go fuck yourself. And I don't want to go fuck myself, so I'm going to bounce around to different spots. So, alright, let's go and try and beat the weather. Fuck. Fuck. I've wasted 2 days. 2 days on this shit. Got a lot done on the computer, but still.
I'm glad I came out today. It's I'm at Mammoth Hot Springs right now, and there's a lot to see. Yeah, a lot of big vistas and mountainous. It's much more mountainous than the other springs were. Not a lot of like thermal shit going on. I mean, it's steamy and bubbly a little, but mostly water flowing. Nothing major. But I'm glad because I was sweating it. It was like, it's gonna fucking rain. It could still fucking rain, and I am probably about 2 miles from my car right now because this boardwalk turned out to be the longest boardwalk I've ever been on. Turns out I was supposed to park over there, but I parked right away at a different like area, and just turned on my all trails and started wandering. So I got a good couple mile hike to get back to the car too, but worth it. I spotted another picture. Shitty view. It's one of them areas where you could die. Not a very good view of it though. Small side quest. There's an actual backcountry trail that goes near here. You can tell by the trail marker and shit, and I needed to get away from the main attractions a bit because I don't know, screaming kids and people were getting annoying. I'm not gonna go too far down this trail. It's a slight chance of rain coming off of the mountains there, but I'm glad I got out. I could have let there's all kinds of shit and shit. I could have let the weather stop me, but I chose wisely to come hang out a little bit. I'm not going to stay parked there very long. There was a driving loop that goes through Mammoth Springs and enabled me to get out here. So, for those of you who are unaware, I did post a rant on Odysee. It's uncensored. If you are sensitive to strong opinions about shit, particularly current events, don't watch it. If you don't mind hearing an alternative viewpoint, or maybe you agree with what I'm saying, then by all means, check it out. I'm literally just here with a camera, so I'm not going to go too much further. Hopefully there's no fucking bears, because I don't have bear spray. I don't even have a knife. I just got my dick. I do need to do some backcountry hiking, I think. Take the backpack, do a wilderness fast in Yellowstone. How cool would that be? But it's so fucking cold. I don't even know that I'm properly prepared. I mean, I got a 20-degree bag. I've got enough body fat. I could definitely do as long as it's not a mountain. I think a mountain I would struggle. This higher elevation is getting me a little bit, so there's that. But I just noticed there's some thermal shit along the trail. Let's go check that out, and then I'll head back before I freeze to death, because I'm not wearing my hoodie either, because I got sweaty hot hiking the Mammoth. Too many motherfuckers though. For if you are looking to get away in nature, get away from the main attractions while you're here. And I'm looking forward to the Grand Tetons, because I think there's more opportunities to do that. Granted, they got trails here, but yeah, there is thermal shit along the backcountry. Let's go check that out and then turn around. And shit. This is what I needed. I needed some fucking nature noise without screaming kids and tourists taking selfies. You know, I don't blame them, but because I'm one of them. But I don't know. I always need that break. So let me shut the fuck up and hear some nature. Literally all the crickets got quiet. Should I be worried? I also noticed that on the backcountry trails, there's nothing between you and death. I mean, there's no warnings, no signs, none of that. And knowing what I know about how thin the ground, now granted this seems inactive, I don't see any boiling or popping or fizzling. I can understand how people go missing here now. Probably in the backcountry, between animals and the ground literally just falling apart underneath you. You know, sticking to the beaten path for the most part. I'm not completely stupid. But that seems largely inactive. But you never fucking know. Because I watched one of the springs that was shooting. It was spurting. And then when it was done, it drained. It sounded like a toilet flushing. And all the water went down into there. And it made a gurgling noise. And then it was like nothing happened. No smoke, no steam, nothing coming out of it. So, but it's definitely, I hear bubbling. So yeah, it's still active. It's underneath. It's weird. I don't know if you can hear it. Maybe if I shut the fuck up, that'd help too. All kinds of animal droppings here too, so I need to start heading back to the car, but I just keep getting sucked in the wrong direction. That's what she said. So I might have to do another side quest. She's telling me that this trail circles around to a terrace that's pretty awesome. So I was gonna check that out. Apparently it's a ski trail. She walks it twice. She had her bear spray, I didn't. I'm a bad human. So, alright, well, you can walk right up to this, so should I? Wow. That does not look safe to walk on there. So basically where I'm standing right now, this is what's going on underneath. Alright, I think I'm going to take her advice and check out the trail in the other direction. And stop by my car and start proper navigation. I didn't even run my all trails. I'm like, it's a marked trail. What could go wrong? And then I remembered that I watched Missing 411. So I'm gonna get my shit and I'm gonna go the other way. She said there's no trailhead, and that the only way to find out about this, she apparently talked to a ranger, and I guess he told her about it. So there's all kinds of little. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. And it's a dead end. Who knows? I might have saw something. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna do the smart thing, regroup at my vehicle. I'm gonna take the trail the other way. It says you avoid all the screaming kids and you get to see the backside of the terrace. So I'm gonna put my hoodie on. I'm bringing proper gear and turn this into a little excursion, even though it's supposed to rain later today. And the mountains are weird. They could provide rain whenever the fuck they feel like it. So it's pretty cool. I lied. I see a possible view over here. Oh, it goes right back to the road. So I could walk the road back. This little side quest is probably the most fun I've had here, to be honest. I feel that sense of adventure and exploring, you know, and knowing that not as many people come this way and that it's a little more dangerous. There's kind of a trail here. I don't feel happy walking on the shit that looks like this, but I don't know. We'll find out. I've been doing Yellowstone all wrong. Just driving around in my car and getting off at these little boardwalks and shit, which is beautiful. I mean, there's shit that you'll never see in your life there, but this is kind of more my speed, being out and away. Dangerous though it may be. Do not recommend doing what I'm doing right now. You should have a friend and bear mace and a firearm and a really good map. I have none of those things right now. I'm out here in a t-shirt with a camera. You know, my car keys. I suppose I could dig a hole if I needed to with my car keys so I could take a shit. Although I suppose somebody would suggest that I just shit in one of those. Yeah, that's how you die. But I'm glad I did this. Definitely. I might get a backcountry permit. I don't know. If the weather fucking gets any better. Throw on a backcountry backpack. Do some backcountry. That's real wilderness. That's real hiking. It's real backpacking. I've done it in the Adirondacks. Out here is like next level, I feel like. So, especially in the caldera of a super volcano, that could go completely wrong in ways I can't even describe. There was literally just a hole in the trail. It's great. So, I've further prepared myself for the things that could fuck me up, and taking her advice and following this back trail. See where it takes me. It might suck, I don't know. But I've got my navigation up. Got my navigation up, and got my fucking bear spray and my knife, wearing a hoodie, and I got the most important thing, an umbrella. So I'm gonna follow the trail markers for a mile or so, and then turn around and head back. You know, all those sightings of Bigfoot. Imagine all the people driving by the road over there, seeing me just walking on the trail, not knowing that the trail's here. So they probably think I'm breaking the rules, which I say marked trail means I can walk on it. But yeah, we're doing the unofficial Mammoth Springs tour. Get away from all that boardwalk shit. But she told me this trail was worth it. She walks it every day. So I didn't bring water, of course, because I'm a fucking moron. I was so excited to get out here. But I can already tell I'm going to be in for a view. And shit. Yeah, she wasn't fucking kidding. We are on the back side of that. And look at that. That is the shit there. And I'm going to get some pictures of that. Without falling into a pit of hell and death. But I think I can side quest to that fucking tree right there. So there's an actual side quest trail. Not too bad. I've been down worse. And shit. It's probably not... I don't do this at home. But there's a trail. Which means no one died here. Because if there's a trail, it wasn't... If people died here, there wouldn't be a trail. Just put it that way. Worth it though. Shit. There's another little side quest trail over there. Okay, I gotta be careful here. I'll stay where the grass is greener. There we go. My God. Best kept secret of Yellowstone. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. I'm so glad I did this. Worth the risk. There's just something about experiencing this by yourself as opposed to with thousands of other people and their kids. This is fucking amazing. I would not have found this had I not strayed. So, for those of you who are interested, and don't tell everybody, shh, it'll be our secret. When you get through the drive-through loop of Mammoth Springs, stop at the mound. You'll know the mound. It's on the back side of the drive-through loop. And then this ski trail, which is marked with red trail markers, is right behind it, and virtually nobody goes there. So keep it between me, my subscribers. Since I'm a small YouTuber, I don't anticipate a lot of you are going to make it out here. But this is the best thing I've seen at Mammoth Springs. All that other shit, I was kind of like, eh. But up close to this, and maybe that other one, that other waterfall section where it was cascading down. Definitely worth your time and energy and risk. But don't take my word for it. Oh. Onwards just to see what else this trail has to offer. I mean, it's worth it just for that. I'm glad I took this trip. So, that's the view from this trail. It's the panorama of everything, including all the screaming kids and people. Other than that lady, I haven't encountered anyone else on this trail. But look at that. Obviously don't walk on that. But narrow gauge terrace. I'm sure it's perfectly safe where the grass turns green, right? I'm gonna go ahead and move over here. Like I'm literally right next to this shit. It's crazy. I'm starting to hear screaming kids again. I might have to turn around. So, I could be down there looking at all this shit with them, or I could be up here by myself. Which would you choose? Although this is a precarious trail, though I don't think it would result in death. But if you're not paying attention, you will take a tumble. You might break a few things. But definitely worth it. I wonder how many people have spotted me saying, I seen Scott Sasquatch and shit. There's a big bearded fucking mountain man up there. How do I get up there? I want to go up there, Daddy. This trail is just a gift that keeps on giving. Although it was a little dicey coming down this ridge. This is definitely a more advanced, not afraid of heights trail. Although I didn't get much of an adrenaline. Oh, check that out. So I think I've pushed my luck about enough on this. I'm gonna start heading back. I'm about a mile away from my car, so I'm gonna head back. Clouds are doing some dicey shit, and I really don't want to get soaked, even though I got I got my camera and shit. My camera's, rated to be in the rain, but I don't want to test it, if you know what I mean. Oh, almost fell off a cliff. There. My luck, I'd fall off a cliff and land in a fucking boiling pool of acidic water with sulfuric acid. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I didn't die. Definitely struggled to go back up the mountain that I went down because of the elevation. It's really hard to catch my breath in that, and I'm fat and disgusting, and I've been off keto now for 2 weeks, and ish. There's some days where I was keto and some days where I wasn't, but if you're not, you're not. No matter how many fucking keto days you mix in, you put in too many cheat days and you're not keto. You're not ketogenic. Probably would have done better if I was. But I'm a carb burner for now. I'll have to fix that when I get home. But I don't really want to restrict anything, and it's easier to not be keto, especially in the small towns with $20 a fucking pound for ribeye. You can eat in a restaurant for that. Granted, the lower food quality, but it's all about calories when you're hiking, so I'll just have to get back on the horse. And maybe just all of this fucking pounding the fuckmaster is going to offset some of the shit I've been eating. So, it's not super bad. Like, I'm not going crazy with the sugar. Most of my snacks and desserts are keto, so I munch on that. But I have potatoes, fries, bread, with my meals, and I even had a pasta meal, like a chicken Alfredo. I figured if I'm gonna fuck up, I might as well enjoy it. But so it's crazy busy here. I am so glad I did that side quest. It was worth it to get by myself in the woods for a little while. It reset me in ways I can't describe to you. And that, you know, narrow terrace or whatever the fuck it was that I came across, that getting that close to something that beautiful was, you know, where there's a fence and a bunch of tourists around you, was worth it to me. Now, you know, stay on the green grass though. If the grass is green, it's not hot enough to kill you, because it would have killed the grass first. So stay on the grass. If you're ever unsure, or they didn't mark it, or they didn't put barriers around it, as long as there's grass and animal shit, which there was both on that trail, you should be fine. So that's my advice for not dying, you know. So there's that. Sometimes side quests become main quests. That's the lesson learned here. And the other lesson is I didn't die. And take proper precautions. I was really stupid of me to go the other side of the trail there and I pushed a little further than I should have without any gear, without any bear spray or knife or you know, ways of surviving, or warmth for that matter, because it's 50 to 60 degrees today. Actually, it's 57 according to my car. And I was out there in a t-shirt with a camera and literally nothing. So granted, there's lots of warm places here with which I could probably warm myself or burn to death, whichever one of those happens. You know, one of you actually I think a couple of you have mentioned about my unhealthy obsession with ways I could die out here. I'm practicing a Stoic philosophy, and I do it in basically a lot of different parts of my life. And I find it helps. It helps keep me from being too afraid to do things, or, you know, and it keeps my anxiety, like I don't have any at all. But in order to do that, you have to do a technique called negative visualization. And what that means is you have to visualize the worst possible scenario, the worst case scenario that you have no control over, by the way. And how would you deal with that? You have to kind of think through it a little, and how could you avoid it a little, you know. But it's still, you know, it's not ignore it, but you must constantly acknowledge the worst case scenario, and that way when it happens, you're better equipped to deal with it. You don't panic. You're just like, okay, well, it actually happened. And I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I've been kind of getting into Stoicism a bit, and that's one of the things I've been practicing, even unknowingly. Before I got into Stoicism, I was doing that. I'm a sarcastic human being, so I like to make fun of the worst things possible. It's hard to do nowadays with everybody so fucking sensitive. But yeah, that's why you'll constantly hear me when I'm hiking talking about, oh, that almost killed me, oh, I could fall down that cliff. You know, it's because I'm constantly, you know, visualizing worst case scenarios as I'm out there, and then you can avoid them too. It makes you take a few extra steps to avoid it. Oh, I could fall down that cliff, I better fucking pay attention, right? Oh, I'm walking around in the middle of nowhere in 50-degree weather with no fucking coat, no hoodie, no lighter, no nothing, no bear spray, no knife. Oh, I should probably go do something about that. And that's, had I just been bebopping around like a lot of fucking people do, and I didn't visualize those things, I could have kept going down that trail, and then who knows, a fucking snow or hailstorm or rainstorm could roll in. This is the mountains, shit happens here. Or a bear could come lumbering after me, and I can't outrun a bear. I can't even fucking walk up a hill. So it's basically making sure that I acknowledge the dangers and take steps to avoid them and shit. So there's that. All right. Everybody's looking at me funny because I'm vlogging in my car. Meanwhile, all of these motherfuckers are out there with selfie sticks, taking their pictures and doing all kinds of shit. So, yeah. Look at me all you want. You're jealous that I have all this camera gear and you just have your fucking phone. Yeah. But you thought this fucking video was over, huh? Then I spotted this other side quest. There's a canyon river down here, and I noted that there is a trail. I don't know if it's a people trail or a game trail that goes down to the river. So it seemed like a nice, fun, leave me the fuck alone adventure to go on. There is a lot of animal shit here. So I've brought my bear spray and my knife and a lot of luck as I try and make my way down to the river. A lot of game trails here. Different animal shit, like there's 4 different animal shits here. So there's that. That's 2 side quests in one fucking day. Worth it though. Although it was very shitty and buggy. I wouldn't want to be here at sunset because that's when I think all the animals come out. But some of the best things in life are a little bit harder to get to. Most people stop on the highway and this fucking big ass bridge to take a picture from up there. Not very many people come down here. Although there is a trail, but it looked like a game trail, not a people trail. The amount of shit that was on it. So worth it. Let's stop in the middle of the fucking road to look at the fucking bison. I mean, really? Drive slowly, okay. But stopping in the middle of the fucking road, not okay. Because then I'm sitting here staring at taillights instead of getting to slowly go past the fucking bison. And it's a mountain road. That shit's dangerous. People peeling down this shit at 55 miles an hour. But oh wow, I got triggered slightly. I'm over it, you think? Try and get over it. Two are working some shit out. So this is why I've been sitting in traffic for fucking 15 minutes, so that each car can stop and take a selfie with the herd of buffalo or bison or whatever. Fucking great. I might as well take mine too. Shit. Can't beat them, join them. I might get out and fucking do a full photo shoot. That's right, yeah. Fucking change lenses and shit, put a tripod in the other lane. Fuck it. And literally, there's places you could go in this park and just walk up to them. Of course, they'd fuck you up, but still. I wonder if there'll be a herd stampede into all of these assholes in their cars. See, I can understand slowing down, but we were stopped. Which means some dickhead stopped in the middle of the fucking road to take pictures. It's like, motherfucker. So should I stop too? Should I be part of the problem? No, I'm going to do a drive-by with my camera, like you're supposed to, while not hitting the assholes in front of me. Of course, they'll probably stop. I mean, been in traffic this long, you might as well get your fucking selfie in. Sorry, I'm extra triggered from this traffic jam. I've been sitting here way too long. So when I first saw them, they were at a pull-off. Then they started moving this way, and now we're literally moving with them because of some asshole. Bunch of assholes, actually. Well, a large section of the park was closed, so I had to turn around as far as the loop. There's a driving loop, and come back. And of course, it was an Animal Planet fucking nightmare with traffic, because everybody has to stop in the road. You pull over. You know, you can't pull over right there. Just because the animal's there doesn't mean you pull over there. But unfortunately, you can't fix that. It's going to continue to happen. So you just got to kind of roll with it. Saw some bison, of course, and you know, once you've seen them, you're pretty much set. You know, you don't need to pull over anymore. But it was cool watching them like headbutt each other and shit. And there was a bear with 2 cubs that I did not get to see, but rumor had it that they were there. But there was so many people chasing that bear. There were people camping out with fucking tripods and just binoculars and telescopes and shit, with some kind of wildlife watching tour. So you pay to sit there and do what you could do if you just had a camera with a nice lens. So there's that. It's no wonder the bear didn't want to show themselves. Just too many motherfuckers. But as we've learned, I'm able to escape and get places, out of the way places. So if you want a peaceful experience in the national park, I think that's the way to go. So I'm going to head back to town, edit some video and photos, go to bed, and then do the southern part of the park and Yellowstone Lake tomorrow, assuming the weather doesn't fuck me. But turned out to be a good day. I'm glad I came out. A little rain, never stopped nobody. If you like this fucking video, you want me to make more shit, please like and subscribe, hit the motherfucking bell, and I'll keep making more shit. You could also head to ScottTheTruckDriver.com and leave a tip in the virtual tip jar if you want to support these activities and these long road trips in the future. I'll continue to do them. Probably going to do them anyway, it's just I can't do them as often. So, but, you know, you don't have to do any of that. You can just sign up for my free email list and I'll let you know when I do shit. So have a nice motherfucking day. And if you're one of them motherfuckers that stops in the middle of the road so you can do a full-on photo shoot, set up a tripod and shit, fuck you, alright? Fuck you. All of you that do that. All of you. There's no excuses. There's no exceptions. You shall all be fucked. So, this is literally a half-hour backup so far. And meanwhile, motherfuckers are stopping. Like, everyone, like, half of these cars are stopping at the whatever fucking animal. It's probably like a bison. Even those hundreds of bison, thousands of bison all over the fucking park. The motherfuckers are stopping in the middle of the fucking road, the only road out of the park, so that they can take a fucking picture with their phone. Nobody gives a shit about your phone picture. And I seen somebody stop. There was a pull-off literally on the other side of the animals. He could have pulled over and did a full fucking National Geographic fucking special. But no! He had to stop in the fucking middle of the road. Just like fucking half of these other assholes. I guarantee you, this is either a bison or a fucking elk. And either one of those are common. It's not like a rare thing. You'll see them throughout the park. You can even walk up to them. They'll come up to your car. They'll give you the finger. They'll beat the shit out of each other. Pull off near them in one of the pull-offs. There's many. And you'll see them. You can sit there for an hour and fucking play with yourself and watch them. But no, we got to play with ourselves in the middle of the fucking road. So it's going to take me an hour and a half to do a 8-mile drive here. It's great. I love it. Fucking pieces of shit. If you are one of the people stopping to take fucking pictures in the middle of the road, especially if you're in an RV, fuck you double if you're in an RV doing that. Fucking assholes. So many fucking problems with RVs today. Well, RV almost backed into my car earlier. It was great. It's like, hello, park the RV in the fucking campgrounds and then pull a little fucking vehicle off. You know, don't drive around in your fucking RV like it's a car. Alright. I'm done venting. I was triggered. I'm sorry. These things happen. It's just stupidity triggers me. And there's a lot of stupidity today. And shit. Stupidity in action. Look at it. We're stopping. We're stopping because they're... Is it a bear? Is it a fucking lion? Is it a dinosaur? What is it? Wait, what's caused all of this mayhem in the traffic? I don't get it. Why is everybody going to stop and take a selfie? Let's see. What is fucking... It's gotta be like some rare fucking... Is there a gorilla here or something? Or maybe it's Sasquatch. Maybe we finally see fucking Bigfoot. Bigfoot is here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's stop and take a picture with Bigfoot. It's Bigfoot fucking selfie time and shit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's just those elk fucking things. Yeah. They're like deer, essentially. Like, do you do this for deer? See that guy in that white car up there? Fuck him. Fuck him in his white car. Piece of shit. Go, asshole. Fucker. Okay.
Alright, apparently each one of these motherfuckers has to stop. It's fucking ridiculously stupid. Okay, slow down a little, take a look, even if you hang your phone out the window as you're rolling, but do not fucking stop. And there's a fucking pull-off. You can come and hang out with the motherfucker. You could give him a big fucking hug. There's a pull-off right there, assholes. You could have fucking pulled off all fucking day and just looked at their asshole the whole fucking day. But no, we're gonna stop traffic for 7 fucking miles for that shit. Fuck all of you.